Your family can't wait around for your internet to catch up with your lifestyle. You need the mind-blowing speed you can only get with Revon broadband internet.
Mom? Mommy?
With speeds up to 70 megabits per second. Watch more, listen more, talk more, work more, and play more, all at the same time. Switch to Revon today and get 3 months free installation, and a chance to win a grand prize worth more than $5,000. Revon broadband internet. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Good evening, Bahamas. You're tuned into MB12, broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight in news, Haitians and Bahamians turned out in the hundreds to celebrate Haitian Flag Day yesterday. Global warming still a very real threat to the Bahamas. What can be expected in the annual budget when it's presented in less than 2 weeks? Plus, the Humane Society wants you to bring some fluffy love into your home. We've got those stories and so much more coming up. I'm Paige McCartney, and MB12 starts right now. Welcome once again to MB12. Haitian migration in the Bahamas has long been a hot-button topic, but for Haitians throughout the world, yesterday was a day of celebration, marking the first emancipation of a black slave population in the Americas. Haitians and those of Haitian descent yesterday showed up en masse on Faith Avenue, just off Carmichael Road, to raise the Haitian flag and declare pride in their heritage, even in a country that still struggles with integrating Haitians into society. The theme for this year's Haitian Flag Day was Unité, or unity, as a younger generation of those with Haitian parentage who consider themselves Bahamian, even if they aren't by law, seek to maintain pride in Haiti. Louis George, who organized the event, said the day was about bringing everyone together, but there was a special message from Haitian President Michel Martelly to Haitians in the Bahamas.
He really wanted to let the persons know to keep their heads up, that Haiti is on the path of reconciliation. That he is doing his part, to do what he can do as the president, and that he wants the Haitian people living here in the Bahamas to know that he is with them, and that he has an open door policy through the Haitian embassy here, that they can go out and seek whatever information, seek whatever services that they need of his government through the embassy.
Splashes of red, white, and blue blanketed Faith Avenue North as nearly 1,000 people showed up for the special event, which began around noon. Many of them were wearing T-shirts that read, "Yes, I am one of them," and "I don't speak Haitian, I speak Creole." There was also a visit by famous Haitian-American musician Wyclef Jean, who also performed at the One Love Unity Fest at Carnival Grounds last night. George made it a point to note that the events were not just for Haitians and their descendants.
And what we wanted to do is under the theme of One Love, because we wanted the Bahamian community, the Jamaican community, no matter which community it is here in the Bahamas, to come out and celebrate Haitian Flag Day with us, because when Haitians gained independence, we did not do it, or Haitians did not do it, Haiti did not do it for themselves. Haiti did it for all blacks. The message went out and said that once you're a black person, no matter where you are on the face of if you set foot on Haiti, you are a free and a liberated man.
The first purely Haitian flag was adopted on May 18, 1803, after years of freed slaves revolting against the French, the Spanish, and their former masters. George explained the significance of Flag Day for Haitians.
Flag Day is the biggest cultural celebration in the Haitian diaspora. It's bigger than Independence Day itself. Flag Day, it means a lot to these people. When Haiti got its independence, when it broke the backs of slavery, when Haiti defeated the French, the leader at the time, he took the French flag and he tore it in half, took out the white piece, and then had his goddaughter sew the red and the blue sides together horizontally and henceforth we got the Haitian flag.
The day's events began at around noon and wrapped up at around 8 before the One Love concert began.
We had a music competition by the youths from the Haitian community. We have the dance groups. We had an official dance group coming from Haiti that came down and performed for us. So it's basically been a lot of singing and dancing and that sort of stuff, and old folklore type tales from the Haitian background.
In other news, the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation has endorsed the first Bahamian-owned casino in the country. On the heels of preliminary approval for Lucaya Entertainment Limited in Freeport, BCCEC's top executive, Chester Cooper, insisted that there should be no discrimination in any industry, let alone gaming. Noting that foreign direct investment is absolutely essential to the country, Cooper told NB12 that a concerted effort must also be made to give locals a shot at ownership.
Quite candidly, we do a lot of work and promotion to encourage foreign direct investment, but we must do that same promotional effort to reach out to business persons located living in the Bahamas who call the Bahamas home, whether they're in Lightfoot Key or Eastern Road or South Beach, to get these persons to invest in the Bahamas. This is where it will begin. Whilst we wait to land the big foreign direct investment project, we should be leading by example. We should be making the investments.
However, Cooper stopped just short of answering whether Bahamians should be allowed to gamble in casinos. Acknowledging that it's a sensitive issue, he said the BCCEC was not prepared to come out with an official position.
Any business opportunity, as a general rule, that foreigners might participate in the Bahamas, Bahamians ought to be able to take advantage of those opportunities as well.
The endorsement from the Chamber follows the revelation by the Nassau Guardian last week that Lucaya Entertainment Limited, comprising 3 Bahamian investors, has been given preliminary approval by the Grand Bahama Port Authority. The $15 million facility would also include slot machines, bingo, and variety of other entertainment options. Bahamian Brewery and Beverage Company has signed on as the official corporate sponsor for the first locally owned casino. While global warming has garnered increased international attention in recent years, authorities say low-lying small island states like the Bahamas will suffer the most if global warming continues due to increased amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. And it turns out the Bahamas has been experiencing one of the biggest side effects of global warming for more than a decade. Jasmine Bonamy reports.
Meteorologists say that warming trend has occurred for nearly 20 years here in the Bahamas, and they expect it to heat up in the future. And local experts believe that increase in temperatures is a direct link to global warming. In fact, Chief Meteorological Officer Michael Stubbs told NB12 that Department of Meteorology statistics reveal temperatures have been consistently above average since 1995.
There is indications. In fact, we look at the figures or the data here locally in the Bahamas. We're seeing a trend from 1995, a warming trend, and that has been basically undisturbed. So there is an upward trend with regard to warming. So there have been a number of meetings internationally, and the Bahamas is well represented at these meetings regarding global climate change.
Experts say climate change, which is attributed to global warming, is an increase in the average temperature of Earth's near surface air and oceans caused by increasing concentrations of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. Specific effects of climate change that could impact the Bahamas include rising sea levels, increase in the intensity and frequency of hurricanes, coral bleaching, and acidification of the atmosphere and, in turn, the ocean. In 2011, Greenpeace activists visited New Providence and indicated climate change is a major threat to the Bahamas. Meantime, the most recent statistics compiled by the Department of Meteorology indicate that the month of April saw record heat, according to Stubbs.
We saw unusual during the month of April. We had more rainfall. The rainfall basically more than double that of previous Aprils. We had 5.62 inches of rainfall during the month of April as compared to the average of 2.60 inches. So we had a wet month, but warmer. The humidity was even it was a very humid month as well. Looking at the month of April, given the general weather situation over the Bahamas. We had, for example, the main maximum, that is the highest temperature recorded for the month, measured 82.2 degrees Fahrenheit. And the long-term average, when you look at a period from about 1980 to 2009, is about 81.3. So it's really about 1 degree higher than normal. And when we look at the minimum temperature, that is the lowest temperature recorded for the same period, the month of April 2013, we recorded the main temperature is 67.7. That's nighttime temperature. That's very warm. And we look at the 1980 to 2009 period, the minimum on average was about 66.2.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
Well, vendors at Junkanoo Beach on West Bay Street say the Ministry of Tourism has done a fantastic job cleaning up the area to make it an appealing tourist attraction. But they also say the government forgot something: lifeguards. The vendors say each day scores of Bahamians and visitors relax on public beaches, including Junkanoo Beach, but there are no lifeguards to ensure safety. They say it's hindering the tourism product.
We like the government to put a lifeguard on the beach, because if something happened to the tourists, they could able to save them and they wouldn't have no entry to go back home, and the Bahamas would be better for us to make more money.
Do you see a lot of accidents here that you think could be avoided if there were more lifeguards and more kind of security out here?
Well, sometimes we do see some accidents. Sometimes some tourists, they miss and buck their toe, and sometimes they come to the shop. We have a lay items, like medicines, the better the foot before they get at the ship.
Basically, I think a lifeguard is important, especially with a first aid kit, because when the tourists injure themselves or anything, it's really dangerous, and we don't want to go back with bad complaints concerning not having a good time on the beach. So I think it's best that we do get lifeguards and also a first aid kit.
Do you ever hear tourists complain that there's nobody here with first aid or to help?
Yes, definitely. It was a tourist at one point in time. He really cut himself really bad, a slice in his feet, and it destroyed his whole trip.
We do need lifeguards on the beach, because this is a public beach where children are, families are. We need lifeguards. And I know it was an incident where a little boy, he jumped over the wharf and drowned. So stuff like that, we need lifeguards, because you have little children on the beach, even Bahamians, even tourists who come on the beach and they play around and they get lost sometimes. This is a beach, you understand? So I think we need lifeguards.
Well, just across the street from Junkanoo Beach is a police station, and while police officers are trained in water safety and rescue, they are not posted at every public beach on the island. Taxi driver Sam Williams said the government could create jobs and ensure the safety of tourists at the same time by stationing lifeguards at all public beaches.
I am a taxi driver. We bring all of our people between here and Cabbage Beach. And for the last couple of months, you heard what was happening out here on Cabbage Beach. And we have the other beaches. We get public holidays coming up. Asking the government to please consider these areas. We have a lot of lifeguards who get a certificate. They are not working. They can get jobs. I think that every day that we should have a lifeguard on this beach and Cabbage Beach and the rest of the beaches. Be really concerned. Tourism is our main source in this country.
Well, I think it's a responsibility of the government. They should have the young men trained and place them on the beaches with all the necessary equipment they need to have. And I'm sure you could eliminate some of the problems that we're having with individuals using the beach and, turn out to be statistics.